Good afternoon. This is Linda Kay, and I thought I would tell you the books I finished reading, the books I got from the library, and what I am currently reading. So the book that I finished reading, the first one is Mini Shopaholic, and I read that on my Kindle. The author is Sophie Kinsella. And I really enjoyed that book, and it gets pretty funny throughout the whole story, especially toward the end of the story. That's where it gets really funny, and it's a really good book, and I highly recommend it. The next book that I finished, I found at a library book sale a long time ago, and it's called Mystery House by Jean Booker, and this is the cover for it. And this book is very similar to Nancy Drew mystery books, and once you start reading this book, you can't hardly put it down. And it's a very good page-turner type story. And it's about a house that is empty. And everybody thinks that there are ghosts living inside of this empty house. And so this young girl, about the same age as Nancy Drew in her books, she starts investigating, and then they find out that there are no ghosts in the house. It's actually a person that's trying to portray somebody else. So it's a really good book, and I love the book. And I don't know if there's any more books by Jean Booker or not, but I'm going to look her up and see if there is, and if there is, then I'm going to continue reading her books. The next book that I finished, and it's a library book, and I never heard of this author. I never heard of this series, but the name of the book is called Death at WentWater Court. And it's by Carola, Dunn, Carola. And it's a Daisy Dalrymple mystery. Sorry about the glare. That's what the book looks like. And this is book number 1 in the series. So I got on the library website to see if I could get book number 2. They only have it in audiobook, and I do not do audiobooks. I read either ebooks or physical books, physical copy books. And so I went to my local library to see if they had any of these books, or if they can get them through the interlibrary loan. And so I asked, and they can get it through their interlibrary loan system. So I'm going to get book number 2, but I can't remember what. I did have a list here. Oh, book number 2 is called The Winter Garden Mystery. So that's the one I'm going to be reading next once it comes in. And there are a total of 22 books in this series. So I read book number 1. I got book number 2 as a request. So gradually, I will get all of the 22 books read in this series. And she has not written any more books since last year, 2016. So I'm hoping she'll write more books in this series, because this series is really good. And the next one that I finished, which I really didn't care for, is Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. And this is volume 1 of the series. And that's what it looks like. And I read all of this, and I do like the graphics in this, but I do not care for the wording that they use. They use a lot of foul language and things like that, and I really don't care for that. So I am not going to finish this series. And here's what the back of it looks like. So at least I tried, the first volume, and my truly opinion of this is that I do not like it. Now, the rest of the book that I got from my county library, I go to the county library, which is 15 minutes from where I live. I also have a library in my own small town, and then I have another county library that I go to once in a great while, and that's about 5 to 10 minutes away from me. But my county library is not very big, it's small, but you can put a book on hold through the county library system, and it comes within a day's time. That's why I love that library and the county library system. So the book that I'm currently reading, what came from the county library, that is 15 minutes away from me, it's called The Murder of a Queen Bee, and I just started reading this morning, and it's by Meera Lester. And this is the cover of the book. And this is book number 2 in the Henny, Farmette mystery series. And book number 1 is called A Beeline to Murder. So I don't know if she wrote any more books or not in this series, because I haven't looked her up yet. But this was copyrighted last year. So I don't know if she's gonna write any more of these, any more books in this series or not. But it's really good. I'm really enjoying the book, and the chapters are short, and I haven't really got into the storyline yet, but I do know it's about a lady that got murdered in a vehicle, so that's all I know about the story. So that's what I'm currently reading. And then, well, I got something in my eye. And then, the other book that I got from the county library that I like so well, is called Murder at Lambswool Farm, and it's by Goldenbaum. And here's what the book looks like. And I do not know anything about this book at all. But I love the fun of the cover, so that's what made me, and the title of it, so it looks really interesting. And then the last book that I got from the library is called Death Comes to the Fair, and it's by Catherine Lloyd, and it's a Carola St. Mary mystery. That's what the book looks like. And I don't know anything about this book. I'm going into this blindfolded almost. And there is 1, 2, 3. There's 3 other books in this series. So I am planning on reading the rest of them. The other ones are called Death Come to the Village, Death Come to London, Death Come to Curlin Hall, and then Death Come to the Fair. So I will be reading those other books sometime in the near future. Hopefully sometime this fall maybe. So that is all the books that I read. I mean, that's the ones I'm going to be reading. And the one I'm currently reading, and then the ones that I finished. So that is it for this week. And I hope you all have a very wonderful weekend and week. And it is awfully hot out. It's like almost 90 degrees, and it's going to get up to 92 by Tuesday. So I am going to be staying in and reading my books. And I think that's it. So for those of us who are suffering in this heat, I hope you can stay nice and cool. And I thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.